Definitely real, boy. Yeah. Trying to get this loot anyway. Hey, yo, Queens, get the money. Long time, no cash.
I have given it much thought. It seems disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men. We must expand, get more pupils, so that the knowledge will spread.
Should the ball foul? No. Anthony for three. Bang! Finds Barrett. Get a shot up. This is for the win.
We gotta lay cool. We tired of being cool, man. Every time we turn around, you telling us to be cool. Shit, man, we tired. The same thing, be cool. We be too cool, we gonna lose.
We do it for the love of the game. We do it for the love of the game.
Yo. It's your boy Hard Will, aka Will, chilling with my bro. You already know, from the 4-0 Worldwide L, aka the Chef.
Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year, everybody. Julia Blum.
Happy New Year.
David L. Happy New Year, fellas.
We wish you success for the new year, man. The Kobe year, you heard? Like Boog said, it's the year that we bossing up this year. You heard? Everything go our way. You know what I'm saying? It be that year. Shout out to everybody tapping in. Like we said, Happy New Year. Excited about the Knicks and the new moves. We're gonna get right into it. Oh, hold on, before we start, how was your new year? Everything was good. So
yeah, it was good. I didn't do too much. I made some escovitch red snapper last night. Had some lobster tails. Did some broiled lobster tails. Wifey cooked some collard greens, some black eyed peas.
My girl made some collard greens too. Yeah, I had some turkey wings,
some jerk chicken rice. To go along with that escovitch red.
Damn, chef I call my girl a chef. She made turkey wings, collard greens, potato salad, jasmine rice, and stuffing. I say, yo, what is this? Thanksgiving? She said, no, it's a New Year's meal. I said, all right.
Yeah, this is something to do. Yeah, is it me? Real quick, is it me, or you know how we we New Yorkers, right? So you know how we watch Dick Clark rocking New Year's Eve and watch the ball drop, right? But we all watching it off of Wi-Fi nowadays, right? And now we all delayed the time of the New Year. So when the ball drops, it already be the New Year already. So we're not even in tune with the time on our, because we Wi-Fi and everything. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, I
start getting the gunshots off like way before you even see the ball.
I still tapped in and checked out the regular. They was all in Manhattan and stuff, crowded, and I was like, I be in Manhattan every other day sometime, and it's like now you see all these people there. They had people performing. They had people performing in the city. It was dope, man. One thing, valuable lesson I learned from this year is that time don't wait for no man. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? You got to take your lessons and your lumps and know if time going so fast, you can actually, plan to your goals, because time goes so fast, you could save. I'm telling you, if a year go by that fast, you could save for a year. It's different things that I learned from the year that's going to help me this year. We ain't got to rush, y'all. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. keep the faith. And, like I said, time go by so fast. Something today, if you don't get, ain't gonna hurt you to get, you know what I mean, a little later, because the time go by so fast. And a lot of time we live in a fad, or whatever they call that, where we just buy stuff that we don't need. Next thing you know, it's out of style. We spend a lot of money on it. So it's like, sometimes we got to take the high road and put our money on investments. And, time go by so fast. Before you know it, now you reach the goals of that you really want to reach. You know what I'm saying? Because we think, oh, it's a new year, I got to go through another whole year. It ain't that long, bro. It blow by. Before you know it's the spring again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before you know it's 4th of July again. And them holidays just keep popping in. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, because I thought about it. I was saying, before you know it, Christmas is going to be going. New Year's is going to be going. And here we are. And this was a few months ago. So that's a shout out, a little piece of.
And shout out to everybody with the New Year's resolutions. You know what I mean? Hope everyone.
Shout out Jay Boogie in
Jay
the chat. Escard, Julian,
I know
everybody tapping in.
Now we was having a conversation. We the Knicks won, but we was having a conversation. Me and Hart was having a conversation behind stage, and we was talking about the lead, right? So we're gonna jump. We were talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that's where we was kind of at that moment. We kind of wanted to pick up from right there when me and him was talking about behind stage. So give me your thoughts on what you thought about us being up by 22 and Minnesota.
You want to start with that part of our conversation?
I want to finish the conversation. So
I thought you were going to rewind a little bit more to the beginning part, but that's cool. I think that to me is always where I grade my team at, and I just grade them different.
And we're gonna get into what we're gonna get into that, but we was just having a little conversation behind stage real quick.
And like I said to you, I do how I do it because I've been a fan for a minute, and we lose, we win. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been a fan all a long time, you just roll with the team, not just because we're a winning team. So I feel like I gotta see it to believe it, and that's how I judge it. And it's just like I don't be like petty, especially not covering it, but in reference to when they lose the leads and stuff like that, like I expect that, and that's something that we got to fix. Because like I said to you, the coaches and the other teams, they know that, they tell their team stuff like that, and it's like I understand it's the NBA, like you said, teams gonna make runs, right? It's just that we have to learn how to, when you got them down, don't let them back up. Because this is one of our problems. And like I told you, the reason is because they basically revert from doing what they do to get them to lead, which is passing the ball and sharing the rock the right way. You know what I'm saying? And when you start to try to get yours, when it's not really, there, then it's like it looks that way. Reference to how we got those leads off of starting the fast break, hustle plays, sharing the rock, extra passes. And I seen a lot of it tonight. Don't get me wrong. That's why we were up. But just think, the Knicks have leads a lot and we lose the lead. If you betting on them on your parlay in that fourth quarter, you don't even want to watch. If the Knicks is on your parlay and they gotta win by a certain amount, you might turn the channel and just check your app later.
And see how I see it, like, I give credit to the other team sometimes too. This is the NBA. So I look at the opponent, and it's the reason why. So when they cut back, it's how you answer when the team makes that run. Because you'll see a team fold within the run, and the other team that's making the run will come back and they'll take the lead, and it'll be one of them games for that team. But it's always how a team respond, and it's also the opponent that you're playing against. So today we played against the best team in the West, the second best team in the NBA, and for most of the game, the Knicks kind of outplayed them. We out hustled them, we out rebounded them. couple other other areas the Knicks still need to clean up. Turnovers. I don't know if that was has something to do with OG being out there for the first time with the squad. Because the matter of fact, I wouldn't even say that because a lot of them turnovers were self-inflicted turnovers. So it didn't even have nothing to do with him and him having to mess with that team. I think he had one turnover or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, 1 or 2 turnovers. The Knicks had how many turnovers did the Knicks had? The Knicks had real quick.
See,
15
my
turnovers.
thing is, if the Knicks didn't do that against, like I told you backstage, against regular teams or teams that's not as good as the Wolves, then I would give you that. But that's not it. It's not true. It don't matter. And I told you the Knicks play up against competition, but then play down too to competition. You know what I'm saying? That's another conversation. But I'm just giving you an example on like when they down, finish them. And I'm not saying like you got to win by 20, but a 6-point game in the league is anybody could win that game from that point on. That's 2 threes. We done seen this. We watched the game. So, and we not nitpicking. We just breaking down something that happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you playing against a different team, do we win that game? Even though let's not even go there because we don't want to take no credit away from a win. So that's
and they
not
look good.
That
And
wasn't the
good.
reason for the conversation. It
No,
was
that
just
wasn't
in reference to
it
was in reference to the question of them losing the
So if you're just
leagues.
not joining us, the Knicks won 112-106 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a debut of OG Anunoby. Precious Akula. What's his name? How you say the last name? I'm gonna say Precious. I'm gonna say Precious A.
We don't got to say a cooler. I think it's a chula.
A chula. So Precious the chula. He got little spot minutes. For the most part, give me what you saw. What was your take on how OG looked with this team and what you thought the Knicks was trying to accomplish with the trade? Do you think they succeeded with the trade based upon it? I know it's only one game. It's only a small, very small sample size. But do you think this is what they was going after when they made this trade?
Well, I could see what he brings. So I can't say I know what they was going after, but if that's what they was going after, I mean, rather what he brings, you could see what they was going after, kind of sort of. Like OG's a good, he guards bigs, you know what I mean? He like I told you before backstage, his demeanor to me, like he got a certain lock in, and I pay attention to all that. When you a good player, you just lock in. What I mean by that is with his demeanor, he don't show a lot of emotion. He just play because his focus is on the game. You know what I mean? It's players like that. You might not see him say much to the refs and stuff like that because he's locked in. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, he guards fours, which is a plus for us. You know, we mentioned backstage how it's a lot more cutting. Credit to Hartenstein. You know, making guys believe that they're gonna get the ball when they do cut, which becomes contagious to your whole team. But back to OG, you know, OG is another guy that I want to say is like DD and iHeart. Like you see the play when he went to the basket and he didn't have the layup on Conley and he kicked it to the wing after the Euro and then they swung the ball and made a 3. Stuff like that to me is just that's good basketball because the shot wasn't there. And why force the shot? You swing the ball, and give your teammates an open shot. So it's little stuff like that that show me. I already knew he played like that. That's the intangibles. Like when you could just go out there and not say, I got to get 20, I got to get 20. You're going to get 20. You see, he missed his first threes and then he stuck with it and made his 3. He just stayed same shot, same, you know, and that's a good sign because he's not pressing. He's just playing in the flow of the game. And when you see that in the first game where you never played in the Garden, you can tell after 5 games he gonna really be comfortable, play better.
Yeah, that's always a telltale sign when a player comes in they first game and kind of put in that work and know the game and fit right in with the team.
And he dunks the ball by the rim. I like that too.
Ooh, I was
You
going to get
gotta
to that
dunk the
too.
ball. You gotta dunk the ball
Big
in this
finisher.
league
Yeah.
by the rim.
No,
He
no,
plays
no
bigger
double
than
pumping.
he plays bigger than he looks, and he plays bigger than RJ Barrett. But you gotta remember, he played different than RJ. RJ is southpaw, so he keep going that one moves. We not a Didi ain't a southpaw, so he going at the game with moves. He got moves. Not saying RJ don't. It's just a different approach. And like I said, the main difference with RJ and OG, I said Didi, excuse me, and OG is that OG is gonna get his 18 by not pressing, by just filling up the stat sheet, rebounding, playing D, running on the break, getting open. The Knicks are really sharing the ball. So if you on that team, you know they're gonna give you the ball. You just gotta knock the shot down.
You
And
gotta knock that shot down.
he's gonna knock it down. That's the thing, because when you're not pressing, like I said, and he know he got to shoot. You seen today, he's open, shoot the ball. They telling him so. That's the thing. When you got a player like RJ Barrett, he feel like he in competition, you know, with his own teammates a little bit. It felt like to me. So I'm happy that that's over and Randall could just play. I think he's gonna play better. Excuse me, without Barrett too, because a little bit of that stuff was, I didn't really like that. Take your position on the team and be happy for who you are on this team. If they got Randall as the one or the two, it's like Randall had to take a step back and become the two, because this is
He did.
Brunson's team.
He did. He
Yeah,
did. That's facts.
Credit to him. Yeah.
Facts.
So
It's facts.
RJ and them wasn't really, just like quickly wanted to start and all that stuff we heard about. So a lot of that don't fit with
And,
the
and, and
body
think
of
about
this
it too,
team.
Hard. Along with the point that you're making, think about it like this: he's older than Brunson, so he gave Brunson the keys to a younger player, somebody that's younger, less years than him. You
He
understand
better.
what I'm saying?
Ain't about age.
He
You know
recognized.
why
There you go.
age?
It ain't about.
Look,
There you go.
younger age in the NBA and more talent is like gold to them. Why you think the Pistons or these guys is willing to lose or do whatever? Because those certain guys that's young that could do stuff now in 3 years, 4 years. I was saying that today. Imagine Brunson in 2-3 more years, bro. Imagine Brunson in 2 more seasons, bro. His shot is going to be way better. He going to have more stuff. He going to downpack a lot, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I get my thoughts on what I saw from OG. I mean, we could kind of piggyback. I'll piggyback off of the conversation we had on the show on Saturday night. When, as much as I know myself, I didn't want to get rid of RJ, and I strongly believe RJ is gonna be the player that we thought he was gonna be for the Knicks. He's gonna do that for Toronto. I strongly believe that.
I think better. I think
It
he'll
could
be
be better. Yeah,
better
it could
on
be
that
better.
team
It's nobody in front
without
of
the
him now.
distractions. Not only that, not to cut you, bro. I just want to say this, not because of the distraction piece, bro. You could just go play you back home. I think it's better for him. He'll play
that too.
better.
He kind of was excited to be a Knicks. So I don't know. RJ kind of like, I don't know. New York didn't bother him. You know what I mean? Because when the lights was
Yeah,
bright, he
but
shined. When the
yeah,
lights
but
was bright, he shined.
going home is always better than some place you had to go when you got drafted. So going home is just as good. And I know that because he's not getting what he really wanted on his team. That's why they traded him, bro. Like he
Yeah,
wasn't going with the flow. Gotta
I can
finish
see
your
that.
take.
It also could be the curse too. It also could be the curse of them lights is not bright as it is in the Garden, as it is in Toronto. See what I'm saying? So when the lights was that
Yeah, that's why I said the
became the
pressure.
well, no, he shined when the lights was bright at the Garden. He shined. Them lights is not that bright. See, I started coming away with it with how I looked at RJ the last couple of weeks. I started questioning his motor. And I seen when it was a big game, he showed up. You know, when it was a big game, he showed up. When it was just a regular game, like and it wasn't a national televised game, he didn't show up. Not that he didn't show up, but it was just the inconsistency came at that moment that we didn't need it. We didn't need it to come at that moment. You know what I mean?
You know
So
why?
why?
He pressing. Where it's like I see OG not doing that because look, this is basketball. You just want to win, right? So if it's that type of game where your shot not falling, do other stuff to help the
You got to
team.
do other
That's
stuff.
that's the problem that RJ had, where it's like we even though we said on the last show that the team may need his offense, but they don't. They won't miss his offense if OG can
Well,
average
they won't miss.
14
They
and
won't miss
18.
RJ. They won't miss RJ open, but they'll miss
Or
that.
quicklies. Or quicklies.
It depends on
Let me
how it
just say
comes.
why. I'm
It
gonna say
depends on how
why.
it
I mean,
comes.
Quickly wasn't consistent enough, even though he's got better this year and he was the sixth man, all the stuff that people say. Cool. Quickly wanted to start. Quickly wanted to
No,
start.
we
So
understand
let's
that. I
just be
understand
clear.
that.
He's not better
Mhm.
than Brunson
And
or
he
a
can't
starting
start.
point
So
and
as
a
much as people
starting
want to
point.
be hurt
Yeah,
about the trade, he
exactly.
can't start. It's like
Can't
Obi.
start.
I used to argue with you about the Obi and Randall situation, and then how we narrowed it down is he better than Randall? No, he's not better than Randall. So that's the reason why he doesn't play the minutes he plays.
But should he
So
be better than Randall
should Obi be better than Randall? I don't know if
already?
he should. Should he be better than Randall? I don't know if he should be better than Randall. That's over
Even
him.
if he went to another team, bro, and he got mad minutes, he probably
I mean,
still
he's
wouldn't be
getting
better
minutes
than
now. He's
Randall.
getting minutes. They just put him on
No,
the bench.
hear me? No, I'm saying that if Obi would have went to another team and then go through what he went through
Oh,
with the Knicks,
probably. I don't
but
know if
he
he'd be
still
better than. I
wouldn't
don't know if
be
he'd be.
better.
I don't
No,
know if
hear me?
he.
No, I'm
I don't
not
know if he'd be
saying
better
that.
than
Listen
Randall.
to me. I'm saying that he still wouldn't be. That's what I'm telling
Mhm.
you. He's what? This is fifth year, right? No,
Nah,
fourth
this
year.
is Obi fourth year.
It's Obi fourth year. So come
Mhm.
on, bro. Like, I don't expect that, even though he's behind to me. I mean, the Knicks played a part in that. You know, he looked better on a with a point guard that facilitates
And
because
he
that's
and
how
he feels like he got the talent to be a starter, right? He feel like that's how IQ feel. IQ feel I have the talent to be a starter, right? Which he could feel that way. He's probably going to be a great player, but you got Brunson in front of you. You got Brunson, and I always go back to the thing when me and you go back and forth on um with IQ, and I say, well, you got to kind of like you got to take the bull by the horns. You ain't nobody gonna give you anything. So if you feel you're supposed to be starting to go out there and prove, then show that why you was supposed to be starting. Let the world know why Tibbs starting Alex Burke over you is
I'm glad
better.
you said that.
You know what I
No, no,
mean?
no,
Show
no,
the
no, no.
world that. Show the
I don't.
world that.
No, no, no. Some things that make sense, and it's some things that don't. To me, that meant that you didn't want to give him a fair chance to start because he had a whole year to prove he was a starter before they could get Brunson. They had their mind made up that they was getting Brunson. They talked about it recently about the agent Leon Rose's son that represents OG as well, right? You
Mhm.
got to understand they had their mind made up with Brunson. If quickly go out there and kill, he still can't start. So it's like selling him a pipe dream. That's why they started Alec Burks. It never made sense to me. And I'm not going to play quickly like that and say, go out there and prove it over Alec Burks when he did coming off the bench. And they should have never kept him coming off the bench because he could have did that in starting minutes. And when he got starting minutes, when RJ or whoever got hurt this season and last season, he did work when he started. He did work and he improved when he started. His defense improved. So there was no reason for them to do that to IQ.
But at
I
that
tell you
time,
the
he didn't
reason.
do it. So at that
Last
time, he
point.
didn't do it.
No, it wasn't. It was politics at that time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It wasn't even up to
I
him.
mean, I
Now, if
saw it.
Brunson is
I saw
there,
it the way I
if
saw it.
Brunson,
So, and that's
no,
why
you
I
seeing
stick to
what?
what I said.
What you seeing? What you
I
see?
saw that he was playing like shit. I saw he was playing like shit. That's the
So
truth.
you,
You
so
wanted to trade him. You wanted to trade him. So you can't go from
nah, bro.
saying that you wanted to trade a
But the
player.
little bit of coaching I know, I
Well,
know, I would have put him out there. He would have played better than Alec Burks because guess what? And
look
you
at
know
the boys
what?
in Detroit. They putting their
Hold on.
asses out
Since
there.
you want to go here,
Right?
before Mitchell Robinson got hurt, this team was going to do this. This team was going to do that. Same way you thinking when we talking about what you talking about right now. The same way you was thinking. The reason why I'm saying that is because
What was I thinking?
it ain't.
What was I
Hold
thinking?
on, let me finish. I said the same mind frame you thinking. That's
But
why you
I'm
saying
saying
what
this
you.
is still my
Hold
take.
on,
You
hold on, hold on,
interrupted
hold on,
my
hold on.
take.
Hold on.
This is my take about OG and
I'm trying to
Noble. You just had
reply
throw
so you
IQ
can
in
hear
it.
me.
Okay.
I'm trying to reply so you can hear me. That take was not good because I'm telling you that your mind frame was
What mind frame?
dual. I'm trying to. If you keep answering, you can't hear. Your
So, I
mind
mean, get to
frame
the
was
point.
do
Get to
all
it.
be all, And that's not it. It's still not it right now. It's still wrong. So the point I'm making is, if Quickly was,
what did I say?
I can't. If you let me finish, you're gonna hear it. If Quickly would have played, if he was part of our future, me and you both said this too, he would have got better. That's common sense. Alec Burks already got sent in the trade. Quickly was here the next year. That season, he would have got better. So it's like, my point I'm saying is, if we're not winning, that gives him time, and you kept him all this time. You might as well have paid him, because you
so
showed.
Don't think he got? You don't think he got?
Hold
better
on, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. They proved they believed in him for keeping him that long, and then turned around and used him as a bargaining chip. That wasn't a good move. They do patchwork. They don't do new inner tube. They do patchwork. You know that. Let's keep it a bean. So the point I'm saying to you is, that wasn't do or be all. We wasn't winning that year. We wasn't winning the next year. Brenson's first year here would have been that next year. We wasn't winning that year neither. We here now. We're not winning this year neither. So what are we saying here? So Quickly had to say great. Quickly had to do great just to start over Alec Burks, somebody that never played the point guard before in their life.
No, now listen, this is what I'm saying. So I don't agree with that, and I agree with how I look at it. And I look at it like it's two sides of a coin. It's not one side of a coin that you have to start somebody in order for them to develop. That's not true. That's facts behind that. So who said
that? Who said that?
You're saying that he should have started. So how do you know? Hold on. You had your chance.
You got to get cut off right there. Come on. I never said that, bro. Just like you said.
So let me finish.
No, I'm not letting you do shit.
Come on,
I'm not letting you do shit.
Come on, dog.
I never said that.
Don't cut me off and then finish your point.
You got to get cut off. Nah. I never said that though, bro. I never said nothing about development. Alec Burks was starting. That's somebody that shouldn't have been starting. What that got to do with development? Now you trying to move shit around.
All right. No,
go ahead, God. Get out of here.
How do you know him not starting? Because Quickly came back a better player last year. Am I right or wrong?
I just told you the development for him. Look, bro, I just told you we wasn't winning. So that's why you brought up development. Hold on. This is why you use development.
Opportunity. He was struggling at that time. Now, that second half of that season, he deserved to start because he started playing better. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. He should have started at that second half of the season. But that first half, I'm not.
So you said it's two sides to a coin, right? So like I said, from a coach perspective, bro, a player could get better off of getting in the lineup faster and then putting somebody that's not supposed to be in the lineup over him. Somebody that's not supposed to be in the lineup over him.
Detroit getting better?
You know that, right?
Fans, is Detroit getting better?
They players are.
Is Detroit getting better?
See, this is my thing. Just like when what's his name? OG Puller brought this up the other day. Y'all find the only thing to say because I cook y'all niggas so much. Y'all bring up old shit, right? I cook y'all niggas so much. I cook you so much. It's for fun. So let me finish. So let me tell you why I say it. You heard what I just said about the Knicks?
You cut me off to try to narrate my point. That's not cooking me. That's not cooking me, bro. That's not.
No, I'm not even talking about right now, bro.
Cooking me.
I'm not talking about right now. See, now you in defense. I said I cooked you so many times. Bro, I cooked you so many times, bro. It's not even making sense for you to cook somebody.
You got to finish the product first. So if you don't let somebody finish the product, how you can say you cook somebody?
You know, I'm
just telling you.
Fun. I wasn't talking about right now.
All I'm saying is that on this team right here, IQ, you got Brunson in front of IQ. There's nothing that. What are you gonna do? So he wants to start. He wants to start, right? So IQ wants to start, right? So listen, ladies and gentlemen, as much as we don't want to see IQ go, he wants to start. That's the thing. He wants to start. So that we have to let that go.
What was your point of bringing all that up about Detroit and all that? That's what I want to know. And how did we even get there? Y'all keep trying to find a way to say something wrong about what I'm saying. To clear up what I said, the Knicks weren't winning.
You brought up Detroit earlier. I didn't say that. You brought them up earlier. In the conversation, you rewinded, you brought Detroit up. You brought Detroit up. How did I even think about Detroit? You said something in the conversation and then you brought up Detroit in the middle of the
You said did Detroit get better?
I bet you any amount of money. You brought up Detroit first. I bet you any amount of money.
I'm gonna go back and look, but I'm gonna move on from that.
Please.
When I first heard Detroit, you said, "Is Detroit getting better?" When I first heard Detroit, that was the only time Detroit was brought up.
You brought up Detroit, so I asked you the question on top of you bringing them up in your conversation.
No,
So
I
that's why
didn't.
I
I
asked you to
brought up
count. You
Burks.
did, bro. You
No,
did. You
no.
did.
All right.
Before
So
that,
the point is this.
yeah.
I'm gonna clear up myself because I don't know. You don't be making sense a lot. The point I'm
Okay.
making is when I said the Knicks wasn't gonna win, when I said your mind frame, like last show and today, now you all of a sudden agree when Mitch is hurt. That's why I brought that up to you again. It never made sense.
But you never got to the point of when I said Mitch was hurt. You never got to that
I'm
point.
gonna leave the show. I'm trying to talk. I'm gonna shut up when I finish my point. When I was talking a few minutes ago, the reason why I said it, see, I'm not saying nothing that don't have nothing to do with the show. You are. When I brought that up, I was saying the Knicks weren't gonna win. So if you have a piece, you make it better by playing the piece. You talking about, oh, they wasn't playing good, all this. That's
okay, what do this have to do with Mitchell?
Hold on. Oh my God, I can't even finish my point.
I mean, you keep dragging it on,
I'm
bro.
finished.
I mean,
No, I'm
get to the
explaining.
point.
No. You got to let me
Come on,
finish.
man. I mean, you
and
changing
then you
it.
could
You
talk.
making the point be your point. Let's get to the point. Okay, what did this have to do with Mitchell? That's it. You talking about IQ and this and you stretching it out. Come on, what did this have to do with Mitchell? That's what I'm saying. What did I say about Mitchell?
The
and you
more
never
you
got to that point, and I let you speak.
The more you cut
and
me
then
off,
when I started telling about OG, you cut me off.
All right, so listen. I'm not only talking for you. I'm talking as people listening. I'm explaining what I was saying because you said some stuff I never said. I never mentioned nothing about whatever you mentioned about the developing and all. I never brought that up. We went backwards and brought up the point of quickly. You brought it up actually. Quickly wasn't playing good, so Burke should have started. Right. That was the whole point where you went backwards to that. I don't know why that point was brought up for. That shit is irrelevant. Quickly not even here. The reason why I said it didn't matter because we're not winning. If we trying to win, we need pieces in order to win. That's the point I brought up from the beginning when I told you from old to now, it's the same thing. We're now we gonna win. We got this. No, we don't, bro. It's not that. That's the only point I was making.
That's what I keep saying. Who said winning? What are you talking about?
When we say, for example, when I spoke to you about a better team, that we get better. For example, not talking about now. For example, starting of the season with Mitchell Robinson. When Mitchell Robinson went down, the season is over because Mitchell Robinson goes down. Certain things don't add up. That's not it. If we lose because of one player, we wasn't winning because of that one player.
Well,
that's just common sense in basketball.
Let's paraphrase when somebody says they don't necessarily mean like you're not making a playoff when they say season over, but your chances of winning the championship has been drastically cut.
I know what you mean.
So
that's my point.
That's what that is. That means that's
my
facts.
point.
That is drastically cut.
Point.
And based upon from the time that he went out up until today, you saw the slip in the decline of the defense. And we gave up 144. We gave up numbers that this Knicks franchise had never even gave up before. So you see that his absence was already felt already. Now, that's not saying we're not going to win games. Don't want to say we wasn't going to win games, but your chances of winning a championship or being able to contend for a championship just went right out the window. Now you're really going to be a middle of the pack team. And that's why you got to give the front office props on this trade and not wait into the fucking bottom fallout and made the move that they made, and that's why we started talking about IQ, because he may be a fan favorite, but at the end of the day, he wanted to start. So that's how we started talking about IQ. He wanted to start, and rightfully so. He earned the right to start because of the numbers that he's putting up. Now you said we're not going to miss him, and I kind of look at the team and I say, nah, we're not going to miss him. We're not going to miss him because they proved that when they played against Indiana the other night. Because now you just got to do it by committee. You understand what I'm saying? That just means somebody else going to step up.
When I just listen to you, like I just said, that was the point I was making. When you mentioned championship, I don't look at it like that. One piece, it was nowhere near that. Yeah, that's where the disconnect is. And that's the point I was making is
that's not a disconnect. That's your opinion in my opinion. That's not a disconnect. It's not a disconnect. That's just your opinion in my opinion.
Yeah, but I'm saying is a disconnect to me is where I just don't understand it. I don't have to, it's not an opinion or opinion. We having a conversation. And it's like when I break down to you what I look at it, it's nowhere near something that you look at. That's what I'm saying. And when you look at it and say, oh, now that's not a championship team. No, it don't work like that. I told you it go from getting better in the playoffs, making steps toward a championship. Not saying somebody don't come out of
for a championship and somebody being a championship team. That's two different things. That's two different things, bro. That's two different things. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's two different things. I didn't say they a championship team. I said competing. That gives you can compete depending on how the season goes. You got your piece, so you can compete. Who thought, like, same thing with Miami? Who thought Miami would be where they was at? Nobody. Me included. So that's what you mean. You know? So it is what it is. You know, as far as OG and the team look and how they look with OG, for those who might feel upset and feel bad about getting rid of RJ, getting rid of Quickly, you see why they traded that for consistency. You know, Hard mentioned it earlier about the inconsistent, like Quickly inconsistent or whatever. They traded for consistency and what that brings to the table. You know, and it showed. And he plays defense, and it shows tonight. You know, will it equals to um competing? I don't know. Still out of Mitch, so I can't say that. But do it make it better? That's yet to be determined. But are you able to stay afloat with the team that's constructed now without Mitchell Robinson? Yes, I think they can. I still think they'll be a middle of a pack team, you know. And then you see what you make the playoffs, and you see what happens from there, you know. What's up, Contreras? What you think?
You gonna let me talk now? Because I've been trying to be quiet to let you talk, but it's like when I say stuff, if you don't like what you hear, you're going to cut me off. And then when you cut me off, it'll make sense.
If
you gonna let me talk? Because if you ain't finished, I'll listen some more to you.
If you feel that way, go ahead.
Yeah, like I was trying to say earlier, it don't work like that. It's a process to get there. Every year you say the same shit. Every year. So I want to see the process. As far as OG, I give him for one game, he looked good. He played defense on bigger players, like I said earlier. I give him credit for that. You know, as far as missing those guys, the team needed to change into a real team. Because I've been said this, if you go back and listen, the Knicks gonna be good if they pass the ball to each other and combine their powers.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem for me when they don't, do that. When they start, and like I said, when they lose the lead, it's because they start trying to get their own. And that's not what got them the lead. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just, I don't jump the gun. My reason, I told y'all earlier, I've been a Knicks fan for a long time, just like a lot of people, so I don't understand their psyche with this shit. I'm not gonna say some shit just because I'm a fan. Brunson is playing good. Randall's playing great. You know what I'm saying? I think the movement of Barrett will get them guys more chemistry because they ain't gonna have somebody forcing shots. And if it's not there, like I told you, OG went to the basket earlier. He drove, he kicked. If shot wasn't there, and I think Conley was on him, he could have forced that shot. He kicked it, and they swung the ball again, and we hit a three. So that's basketball. It looked better. If you don't have guys that's really that good off the dribble, they put big 6'9" guard on Brunson. McDaniels, I think his name is. They put him on Brunson. So when you got them type of situations, even though he's still getting off, he gotta, it's harder for him. He's tired over that. So go ahead, bro.
No,
I'm done.
you talk about Conley. Wife was watching the game with me, so she's like, "Man, he look kind of old." I said, "Yeah, he still got like a little quarter tank of gas left."
Conley actually looked good to me.
I said he still got a little. I said he got a little quarter tank of gas left. He still got a little quarter tank left.
What the commentator said, he's the engine, or like
he
he's
still got a little quarter tank. Yeah, he old, but he got a little quarter tank left.
Probably 2 years left, maybe. I don't know. He look all right.
No, but that's a good point though. When you talk about ball movement and things of that nature, that's the reason why you have to understand the trade. like I'm gonna keep on saying how much I love RJ, how that was our baby boy. But if you're gonna trade a player like that, we on record as saying if you getting back quality in return, then you all for it, because this is a business at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to win the championship. You know what I
But
mean?
this New York though, and OG gonna have games like RJ had. He ain't gonna. It's not gonna be. Now is he now? Not to cut you off. Is he? We looked at the stats. His field goal percentage, not just today's game in general about him. So he is more efficient. And I think the reason why is because, like I broke down, he's not pressing. So I think that's the main part. That's going to be the difference that makes him fit with the team, because he ain't pressing. So,
and it's taking what the defense gives you. It's taking what the defense gives you.
See, you get 15 points. I think Mike told Kobe that 4 points a quarter, 5 points a quarter, something. No, not bad. Mike told Melo that when he first joined Jordan. He said, Jordan told me years ago, you could get 5 a quarter and get 20, average 20.
20
That's
games,
1 3, 2 free throws. So a player that's not really just thinking about scoring, he's getting lost in the game, finding other ways to contribute to the team. And when it's time to score, he's ready to score. He's going to score. Because it's like, if you play ball, having pressure on you to score is not something that's a comfortable thing, because no matter how much you practice, you could just feel like you're having an off day. So to me, I think that's what's the difference about this Knicks team. You still got a couple guys that do it, but they are effective at it. And I think that's why the team went this way, speaking about Randall and Brunson. And it's like now, what makes it even better, they starting to figure out they had to pass more, and they are. Like those cuts we brought up, because Ihart, I think, was the main one that contributed to doing it first and letting people see, if you cut, you're going to get the ball. And more people started to cut. But
did you see that play with
Brunson
Ihart was pointing to Randall, let him know Brunson was behind him, and then Randall threw the ball over Ihart and gave it to Brunson for the 3. He told him that he was behind him. He went like he was going like this. So
Paris, shout out to you. I saw your message too. Salute, I appreciate you. You know me and L crash out sometime. That's what brothers do. I ain't let nobody, like, that's how it is. I'm gonna say, he gonna say, it's whatever. We're gonna do it. But I want to address this right here. He will have better games or just as good games. And that's the point I'm making about not pressing. And when you play good defense, you get steals, you get to break more because you created a miss off the closeouts, all type of stuff he get baskets off of. And see, points come from being smart sometimes. And RJ Barrett used to basically use all his skill and his little bit of really no athleticism or speed. You know what I'm saying? Probably had a little because he's a little younger or whatever, but he don't really have speed. So RJ Barrett is working hard to score. And especially when you got to score now, like, I got to get mine mentality. Reference to a player who's going to just play D, box out, create plays. It's easier to score in that flow of a game. The baskets come easier. And you'll see, you're going to look up, he going to have 12. He going to have 14. And he make his free throws too. So
I don't know if he's going to have the RJ kind of games, Paris. RJ had them games, 40 points. He had those kind of games in him. I don't know if OG is going to have those games, but the games he's going to have is going to be, it's going to help the Knicks win games, the kind of games he's going to have. And you won't have that OKC performance out of OG and Anunoby. You won't have that kind of performance. So
I don't like
that game.
I don't like those performances from somebody like that can't consistently score 25, 30.
That game was. I mean, you won't have that kind of game.
For RJ?
You won't have it for OG. So he won't have those kind of games because he doesn't shoot that much. You see what I'm saying? He won't have a 4 for 17 game.
That boy heat up, Al.
No, I'm saying he won't take.
Boy heat up.
No,
I think on this team the ball moves so much. You never.
No, I'm talking about OG. He won't have a 4 for 17 game because he won't take that many shots. See what I'm saying? You'll look up and he might have 25. and
He
he only
start
took
though.
8. Yeah, but he only took like 8 shots, but he went to the free throw line. He did other little things. You understand what I'm saying? So he may not take a lot of shots. You know, RJ was taking volume shots, 17 shots a game. You know what I mean? 18 shots. You know what I mean? And you look at the box score, because they split it down the middle. So it was like Brunson have like 17, 18 shots. Randall have the same thing, and RJ have the same thing. And I think that's where when they looked at that is where the problem became in that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's okay for you to have those many shots, but you got to produce when you get those shots. You can't shoot the percentage he's shooting those many shots. You understand what I'm saying? You
See,
got
his
to shoot.
average to me, he could get
Mhm.
18. I understand that, but it don't come.
Yeah, he not there.
It
He
don't
not here for
come.
that, Paris. He not here
It
for
don't
that. He
come
not here for those big
smooth.
games.
Like his 18 don't come smooth. So the 8, like for instance, right? OG, he's not gonna be forcing, and you got to remember he's starting, so he's gonna get how many shots he had tonight. And if you look at how many
I
shots he
think he
had
had
tonight,
12. I think he had 12, 7 to
okay,
12.
there you go, right
7 to
there.
12.
He's gonna get
7 to
15.
12.
He gonna get more than 15 shots, bro. And he would fouled out. He would have had more than that. So think about that. First game he do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I
That's
agree,
just a
Paris. I'm with you. I'm with you.
that's just a small example. If I do that in my first game, I'm gonna do way more than that. I'm gonna shoot more than that.
Mhm.
See, the reason why you may think, oh, these guys they starting to figure it out. We not winning when we do that. They starting to load the middle on us because we killing. You know, now
Mhm.
let's get a rock up. See, why I think the RJ thing wasn't good for us, because those numbers aren't sustainable for him, right? So when somebody's not having a great game now, the points will get spread out. It'll be better. Those other dudes can have more and we'll still have a good game because it's more ball movement now. Get what I'm saying? Like Didi having better games,
I get it. I
Hartenstein
get it.
having better.
I
It's
get
the
it.
ball
I
movement.
get
I'm
it.
not
Yeah.
saying that these play, sharing the ball makes guys know they're gonna work harder because they know if they open, they're gonna get the rock.
Mhm. And
We said that
it's not an RJ.
long time ago.
This not an RJ bashing, not by far. All
Who?
we doing is no, I'm saying I'm just letting everybody know in
Why
the
you
chat.
think that? Hmm.
No, because some may think it's an RJ bashing when we saying that the ball, we pointing out all this stuff. But no,
No.
all we doing is pointing out, because listen, we love RJ. So all we doing
I'm
is
over
pointing
it.
out the reasons. All we
RJ
doing is
like an
pointing out the reasons.
ex-girlfriend to me.
Yeah, all you doing is
Pause.
pointing out the
I don't
reasons
even
on why
care
the
about what
trade
happened now. It's just
on
good
why the
luck.
trade was made. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at that, go back to that OKC game. That's why that trade
had
was
love
made.
for him, but I don't care.
Yeah, we got
I ain't,
you
I,
move on. You
I
move
ain't like
on.
that. I just when a player leave the
ultimate.
team, he ain't on the team no more. That's
He ain't
it.
on the team no more.
I
He ain't
wish
on
you
the
the
team no
best.
more.
G's, salute.
We move on.
And
We move on. Our feelings
you
is
can
hurt,
say you love him. It's no disrespect.
but we
I
move
got
on.
love
And
for
then
him, but we got to move on.
you see why today we just beat the second best team in the league, the best team in the West. And they look
Now, but
good
think
doing it.
about it.
Yeah, they made it close. Minnesota made it close. That's what me and Hart was talking about. I know he wants them to finish, and I agree with that. You want to put, when you got a team down, you want to put your foot on their neck and then finish them out. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what good teams do. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
also give Minnesota. I like to look at it like give Minnesota some props and understand why they are who they are and the reasons why they are in the first place, because they can do things like what they did today and come back and erase a 20-point lead down to 4 points. So I like to just give, same way we want to take away from our team, let's just give the other team props and look at it from both sides of the coin. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. Like, listen, I think he'll play better. That's why I just posted this as far as
Yeah, he'll play
the
better.
atmosphere, the pressure.
And there's nobody in
So
front of him. There's nobody in front of him. There's nobody in front of him. Because we wanted RJ to be who RJ was. But at the same time, we talked about it on the last show, and we was like, damn, that kind of we both like agreed that when Randall came here and RJ got drafted, you got a number 3 pick coming here who should be the cornerstone of a team. When you're a number 3 pick, you should be a cornerstone of a team. And then you have Randall, who had the opportunity of getting his own team for the first time in his career. And you seen like it was just ups and downs. There was no consistency. The last 2 years has been consistent with this team. And now you run into the inconsistency of scoring from that player. because you got these other two players now who got busy, who figured it out. And you saw it tonight; they figured it out. Brunson had a horrible shooting game, but what he had 12 assists. So he
Just
done.
like we
He
brought
did.
up last time, how long do they
Mhm.
have to go and ride this wave? They got to win with this roster that they
That's why they
assembled.
made that move, bro.
And I
That's
think
why they made the move.
somebody just wrote in the chat about Randall. I was going to ask how long does he have to because he's playing at a high level, and it's going to be come to a point where they got to make a
14
decision.
assists. Woo.
Is you gonna move him for a piece, or you gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, or you gonna move, like, because it's gonna come to that point too, or you gonna re-sign Randall again? He gonna keep rising his game. I'm looking forward to see how that play out. Cause see me, I look down the line. I don't look at it like how you said, like the Miami could just come. I don't. I'll be happy as hell if the Knicks did some shit like that. But I tell you like this: when Miami did that, it didn't feel
It
like,
made
I
you
didn't
mad.
think they could do something like that because they got the coaches and they got the organization and
True.
they had Jimmy Butler and the key thing that they had to me, right, was what I'm talking about. What the Knicks are doing now, they played together more. All you saw in the playoffs when we lost to them was pass, 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 three. Just like it was like nobody was staying with their man. And I said this before, and it was like, if everybody we guard, and say we on the same team, right? And we know we all could guard these dudes, right? It's nobody on their team to say, yo, L, you gotta help me with this. We gotta watch this kid. Even though we know Jimmy Butler, but he ain't. Everybody could guard their man one-on-one, right? So why was there always somebody open? That defense they was using, it was bad. Where it was always a help and a switch thing where no, you better off going around that shit, staying with your man, and then it's no extra pass for a three. That's how we lost to the Heat. And that's why I thought about when we said how, because it had to be coaching and we had a better roster than them. But they made plays with players that didn't even get paid yet. So it's not about just the roster.
And that's why you go get a. That's why you go. You sometimes you have to sacrifice what's on your team and sacrifice a fan favorite to better for the betterment of the team, and that's why you go get OG. And it's not.
But we gotta
I don't.
see though, because they gotta prove that now too. That's more pressure.
Yeah, I don't think the work is done. You still got to go out there and get another player. That this can't be the trade that you think that's going to
Shut up,
catapult you over
Keyshawn.
top.
Happy New Year, Key. Happy New
Happy
Year,
New
everybody
Year.
in the chat that just got here.
This is
Y'all
not the
wasn't here at
trade
the
that's going to
beginning.
take us
Happy New
over the
Year.
top. Not by far. Not by far. But you can take when you ask the question about how long we got with Randall. Look at the Tandem and Brown situation and how they kept that core together, and they just keep adding because the core is good.
Nah,
So
but
if the
that's
core is,
different though, Al.
I mean,
I
you got to
think
look at
that
what
I
the play.
think the age.
I know it's different,
I
but you
think
got to look at the players that you got on your team, and then you got to just kind of like you have those players. You don't have Tatum and Brown, so you can't compare the situation, but you kind of
no,
compare the
not
situation.
on that example. I was saying because I know what you're saying, because I don't want to like it's saying I'm downplaying Randall because these are our stars, right? He's an all-stars as well. Even though we know he's not a superstar like Tatum, and maybe Brunson still got to prove he's an all-star like Brown, because they already proven all-stars. We know that, right? But we talking about, like, when I said it, I was talking about like how many years, meaning like these guys are younger and have less years in the league. Does that matter? Yeah. At some point, they're gonna have to, like, look, even when we brought up the management, at some point, if what they're not doing works, it's gonna change again. Yeah, that's how that worked. That's why what made me think of that
I
is
know, but you got
because
to make that. You got to be
if
willing to make that change.
OG and them do better than with RJ Barrett, he looks better today, but they still have to go and do it.
Of course, more games, absolutely.
RJ
Anybody
Barrett
know
stepped up
basketball
in the
know that.
playoffs. Let's keep it real. He stepped up in the playoffs.
The lights was bright.
So, that's how that go. But at the end of the day, it could go either way. We could do the same thing Miami did, get to the Eastern Conference. We could do it. If we keep playing together, keep gelling together the way we gelling. It's just we got to be, you know. And you know what else I want to add to this piece of the conversation, Al? If we add somebody else, right, Al?
Mhm.
Remember I said to you backstage, we got to add somebody that has to be more of a playmaker than a scorer, right? Because is that gonna make sense to bring in another dominant two guard? So you're gonna
Nope.
put DD on the bench?
No, not the way he's playing. That's why you got to make. That's why we had the conversation when we talked about what kind of player you're going to bring in. It only
Mhm.
makes sense to bring in that kind of player if you looking to like you ready to make that run. You know what I mean? So if you're going to get a Murray, then you're looking to make that run. You're looking to say, well, the way how this team is constructed right now, you know, when Mitch come back, you have a team that's can make a run at it. You know what I mean? Not having Mitch, you lose that depth because you see that you kind of sometimes you're gonna need that depth. Tonight, Hartenstein, you know, shout out to Hartenstein because we didn't give him no props tonight, but he filled the stat sheet tonight. He filled it up today, this afternoon, I
Mhm.
should say. He filled it
Mhm.
up, but you still need he's our backup. He's our backup that he's starting. He does bring a different aspect to the game. And the aspect that he brings to the game since Mitch been out, the scoring has been up because with him having the ball, he's a passer. So you got guys cutting more. And we didn't have that before because you know Mitch usually sets the screen and he kind of rolls. He's not really a passer. He gives it back to Randall or Brunson, and that's how the play is performed. It's formed from that point on. With Hartenstein out there, you got somebody that passes the ball, so he also puts pressure on the defense. And then when you got guys that's making a shot, man, you see what you seen today. You see what you
Mhm.
see today. And it looked good. I mean, shout out to Divachenko. I'm gonna say Dante Didi, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
he stepped up since this role. And then shout out to Grimes. Grimes had a good game today. You know what I mean? I still don't understand. This is just me personally, fellas. I don't understand the McBride signing. I don't understand it. I probably won't understand it. And I just think that it was a bad signing to give him $18 million based upon you have saw what he has. You saw what you needed to see from him. And I don't think he's an $18 million player. Guaranteed money on top of that. And I think we kind of like, I don't know what they saw, but from 2 games, I still didn't see what they saw from the 2 games from Indiana to today on why you giving this man $18 million.
It was a
So
publicity. It was a publicity stunt. Not really. I mean, you could call it that, but I'm saying like a save face. Like they we feel like they should have paid quickly. They ain't paid McBride yet. I feel like I'm happy they paid him. That's how I feel. Cause I don't know, maybe because I feel like it take a lot more, and maybe they should be crunching them numbers like you be thinking. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're gonna count on McBride to do something because his defense is pretty good, and I think they know if he get more time, his offense will pick up, or they banking on that. So let's see how that works out for him. I don't know. I think he'll be fine. He started getting minutes last season more, so this year hopefully he they're gonna need him.
see, that's what I'm
So
saying. Was he worth the 18? Was he worth $18 million?
they got it. Yeah, he worth it. He worth it. It go remember it goes by the
But
market,
they gave him 13 million
and that's not
pass,
a lot.
13 million
That's
dollars.
that's not a lot neither. That's he got 8 million at the
I mean,
taxes.
when you trying to make a trade and you trying to put this team over the top, that $13 million contract, and it could be that $13 million could come in and add and be, you know, to help you
I say you
4.4.
crunching
I
numbers.
mean,
That's why you. I say you crunching numbers, bro. You trying to
I just
figure
don't
this
see.
shit out.
I don't see it. I mean, because you got to make it make sense. So if it don't make sense, and I don't think it made sense because here you go, you give him a play extension for a player. When you seen him get the time last year, it was like okay, you didn't really do anything. You just was a body that was out there. You know what I mean? It wasn't a plus size that it wasn't a plus that you was out there. So if you're just going to bring defense at a time when we probably going to need something else, we're going to need
That's
somebody to
true,
run the
bro.
floor.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need somebody to run the floor. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. It ain't so much of points, but you need a floor general. You need somebody that's going to be able to keep when the starters go to the bench to keep the flow going. You know what I mean? And I don't see that. I don't see him as that kind of player. That's all I'm saying. So make me understand that that's what it is and why y'all gave him the money. I don't see it. I don't see that when you saw that when quickly, at least when he came in the game, being able to. We
You need
losing.
time though, Al. You can't kind of like what Boogie's saying. Not exactly, but kind of saying like you can't really judge him because he got paid. I mean, you could look at the amount and say that because, like I said, you crunching the numbers, but I'm talking about like
I just ain't
let's
understand
give him.
signing period.
No. I'm
You
saying
know?
he's on the team, bro. He been there. They got to do certain things. So what I'm saying is like he give him a few games, and you might say, okay, I see why they did that. I think so because, like I said, his defense is up to par. His shot ain't that bad. Deuce came from college. He never was really a shooter in college if you follow him from West Virginia. So his shot got better. He do a lot of things better. And I
All
think
right,
they
Paris.
see something that we
I'm
don't
gonna ride with
see.
you on this one. I'm gonna ride with you on this one.
No, it's true. That's how I feel about it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
ride
gonna
with you on
judge
this
him
one,
like that.
Paris.
Nah, L, they gotta pay somebody, bro. They brought those new guys in and just opened the bank account for them, then pay quickly. Pay this man McBride, bro. Let him buy some new jeans.
But I
And
know
then
why
get
they
some
didn't
of
pay
them
quickly.
jeans with
I
the
always tell you
chains
that.
on it.
Or why they didn't pay? How the business go?
Why? Tell the people.
Because you can't have that many people. You can't have that many $100 million contracts on the same team. It financially
No,
doesn't
how we
work.
gonna win it? We gonna
You know
have
what I
to do
mean?
that to win it. They're gonna have to
I
get
mean, you
another
got
player
it.
to win it.
You got to take. It got to be some sacrificing along the way. See,
But it ain't
if the
quickly.
numbers right, it got to be. And you can't knock him for not sacrificing because he has. Listen, he has his own family, and by golly, I know what it comes
He
down to
said
me
Deuce
wanting
don't
what I
need no
want.
new jeans.
You know what I mean?
You say you
I'm
mean to
gonna get what
tell
I.
me Deuce not worth for? Yeah, you right, Boog. Right. What are you talking
Oh,
about,
but
bro?
shit. I mean,
That's
listen.
all what it
That's
is. And taxes is less than that. After taxes, a year is probably
I mean,
2.7.
do he do something? I mean, I'm just keeping it a bean. I mean, like you
Bro,
said,
that's not
we
even
can't.
yo, bro.
You
His
said, all
jersey
right. So
sale make more
on
than that.
one hand, you can't say, oh, I get
Nah, you
attached to
crunching the
players,
books,
right?
bro. You
You can't say
crunching the
I get
books,
attached
bro.
to
I
players.
didn't say
And then
nothing
when I
about
have a,
attached. That ain't no
and then when
money.
I
His
say,
jersey,
I'm just saying,
his jersey
yeah.
make more than that. That's not
He
about
occupying a
attached.
roster spot, dog. Yeah, we trying to do something right now. We trying to occupying roster spot right now.
Yo, bro, you got a couple people over there you could point out as far as roster spots, bro. McBride, come on, bro. He all right.
I mean,
That
it's
ain't
guaranteed
nothing.
money. It ain't even like it's non-guaranteed.
Damn, Al.
I just can't front. He my player. I mean, I just can't. I just see it. I'm like, all right, what did he do? Even today when he got in the game, he was
I
doing
got a
nothing.
question for you then. I got a question for you. With that money right there could help us win a chip.
Nah, but it could be added on to make a trade complete. To
So it
complete
can
a
help us.
trade.
So it can help us win the
You know,
chip.
see, people, you got to think about this trade with IQ. IQ was on his rookie contract. He wasn't making that much money. See what I'm saying? It was RJ that was making the money. So he was making 18 million. So his 18 million
IQ
and
didn't get
OG
paid yet. I
18
know that.
is what clicked. RJ got thrown in the thing to get what's his name? Malachi Flint and Precious. So because his money added up. So you got to make the money add up. So if you need to do 4-point-something million to add on to make the trade complete.
Oh, they would have threw him in that if it was possible, but
I'm quite sure
obviously
they
that
will.
one.
I just don't understand the say. I'm just don't understand
That
the
ain't
say.
no
I'm
money, Al.
sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
get that in jerseys in no time. That ain't nothing. Yeah, plus they did sign Grimes for 2 points this season. Also for next season, who will maybe need another trade. Shout out
He's
to
on his rookie
Fam.
deal. He's on his rookie deal. So that's what your caller was on. IQ. I mean, I don't know. We're at the point now. When you look at this team, you can't keep you got to start making moves, or you're gonna get left behind. And especially when you got these young teams coming up behind you, you got to stay in front of them as well. So you can't just have players.
You
You
change
can't just
your
have
mind
players.
now.
No, because we still talking about, we still on the topic of the trade, on what the trade does. When you look at the team, you have to do something. You can't just have players on the team that's not contributing. and you signing these dudes. Now these dudes is just like dead weight. Because if you put him out there, he doesn't do nothing. You put him out there today, he ain't do nothing. Put him out there against Indiana, he ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? It got to be more than just. It got to be more. You occupying time where somebody else can have that spot and produce in that spot. You know what I mean? If we need a floor general, somebody that's not going to score, at least be able to run the point, at least tally up your assists. So at least come in the game and have an impact on the game. That's all I'm saying. When he comes in the game, he don't really have an impact on the game. So I can be upset about the it's only 4 point something. Nah, he's playing. He's getting playing time. So he's occupying the spot. So get out there and do something. He didn't slow the game down. He didn't stop nobody when he came in the game. He turned the ball over.
That's what I'm saying. You can't judge him off of that small window or that small. Like, I think with Deuce, now things changing with the moves that they made, and now he's on the clock too. Because you got points of what you saying is right about what he got to do. Because we seen more what you said than more what we supposed to see. But he's still a young player, and when he get more opportunity, as I've seen before, he did do okay. So I'm thinking now he's gonna get that same opportunity and get more used to and comfortable being on the floor, and he's gonna be fine. That's just what I think of Deuce.
You
Because
know what I said?
we need Deuce to me. You know how I say this all the time, L? It's players that just fit the Nick description. Defense, hard nose, and I see that in Deuce. He just gotta show it to the people. He got it though. He played D, bro. That's half the battle. He ain't a all the way trash offensive player. He just ain't comfortable yet. You know what I mean? He got bungees a little bit now. So I think signing him is telling him, okay, we giving you a chance. Now you gotta show what you got. And I
You know what I
believe
said
in
when he got
Deuce.
in the game.
I
You know what I
believe in
said when he
Deuce.
got. You know what I said. You know what I said to wifey when he got in the game. I said you just got paid. You just got that content. Cut that shit off your fucking head already.
What he got on his head?
Whatever the fuck he got. That sponge he got on his damn head.
Oh.
Cut that shit off now. Look professional.
Maybe
out
he'll
there,
play better. You see, Randall
maybe he'll
cut the
play
Kodak.
better. Yeah, he caught the Kodak off. I don't know. It's just me, y'all. I got to think about professionalism. So don't mind me when it comes down to things like that. I just think that who you are. I know cats nowadays, everything is image wise, but I would like cut that shit off your goddamn head. Jericho Sims,
They kids
either braid
though,
it up.
bro.
I know. That's
Bro,
why I
they
give them the benefit.
kids,
That's why I
bro.
give them the benefit of the doubt. That's why I don't like.
Yeah,
Yo.
I just want them to play ball right. I don't care, yo. You could come out there with pink hair, like my man from the Spurs.
From
If
Spurs,
you
yeah,
gonna
the
die
gray
for
hair.
the ball, yeah, I don't care. Like, you
And
gonna
he
die
go
for
all
the
out.
ball.
And he go all out.
Yeah, I like that. I don't really care. Like, cause these kids is younger. We didn't grow up the same. They grew up more with the internet, so they see different things and they try it. So
All right. So Paris, this is my thing, right? See, this you can go with the numbers. This is where I smash numbers, right? If that's the case, then shoot the fucking ball. Then, if that's the case, then shoot the fucking ball. It was a sequence today.
no, but that's why I told
wait,
you.
hold on. It was a sequence today. I mean, that's why I'm going. That's why I said shoot the ball. It was a sequence today, and even my wife pointed that out. It went to him. Everybody was wide open. They kept playing hot potato with the ball, and he was wide open, and he's wanting to shoot the fucking ball. Then, so if that's the case,
See,
shoot
I told
the
you,
ball
Parrish.
and live
You
with the
blamed me
results.
earlier, Parrish. I told you L was on some bullshit today. Yeah, L, you wrong about that, bro. Because of the fact of, like, he's not gonna be able to do that. Just talking about, like, basketball mentality, like, he's not gonna be able to come out there and fire that like that, bro. He gonna need a couple games to get used to being back out there, and then let's judge him fairly.
Listen,
That's all.
I hope so.
That's all I'm saying. Now,
I'm
look,
not totally against the situation.
I'm not saying
I'm just
look,
giving my
L,
my
no,
opinion
I
on the
know. Look,
situation.
L, you're not wrong completely, right? Let me tell you why. You're really what he's doing, Parrish. He's going off of not. I hope he's not really just judging off today and him getting paid, but
No.
really, I think he's saying he's seen dudes do this too often. But that's what I'm saying, L. You can't judge what you saw because he didn't get a fair shot
Right,
to get
I'm
enough.
gonna give him a fair
Hold on,
shot,
listen.
Paris.
To get
I'm gonna give
no,
him a fair
not saying
shot.
you give him a fair shot. I'm talking about enough for him to be comfortable to get what you want to see. And if he getting more minutes now, we will see that. That's what I'm trying to say, to clarify what I'm saying. Sometimes I get cut off and you won't get to hear that last little piece, and then it'll sound like I don't make sense if you ain't really gonna let me finish it. But I'm trying to help you because I knew you wasn't talking about just today. But you saying we
No.
spent that money, homeboy. Why? I don't see the body of work, but I know he haven't got the opportunity to show enough. So I'm just
Okay,
gonna
so
I'm
let's
gonna give
let me
him a
hold
little.
judgment. Let me pull my little critique back. But
I'm
I
gonna
just
give him
feel
a
you got to.
little.
I feel you got to make the best of the
Shut
opportunity
up.
that you get. Like Grimes, he know he's going to get. And I seen an article, like a quote from him saying that he was upset that he got sick because he knew that he was going to get more minutes against Indiana, and he really wanted to take advantage of his minutes. This is what a little quote came out saying. So
Oh,
that's all I'm
Grimes.
saying. Yeah, Grimes. So when you get the
But what if
opportunity,
he
make the
don't
most.
do good today? That don't mean he not gonna do good for
No,
us.
but
That's
that's what I'm saying. You seen it from Grimes that he could turn the switch on. You understand what I'm saying? That sample size, even when McBride has gotten the playing time, I don't see that. You know what I mean? I don't see that. I know it's hard. Like we can sit there and we could talk about Fournier the other day, and he got it again. Oh, he ain't do this, but they kept pointing out. Wally Zerbeck kept pointing out time and time again. They're not in rhythm. So I give him the benefit of the doubt. Paris. I give McBride. I give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll refrain from judgment on him, and I'll
yeah,
hold it
because
back.
look, just like what you said about Grimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say he missed his first or couple shots, then he ain't rushing or looking at the rim, just he trying to do other stuff. That don't mean he ain't gonna still make his
No,
like that
the thing with
happens.
Grimes is you
No, I'm
just want him
saying
to
in
shoot the
general.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying in general with a player that could happen to him, then we could be like, oh, you know what I'm saying it's just like watching the game on TV and being there or being that player. It's all different. You get what I'm saying? It's all different.
Mm-hmm.
And we critique, but don't see certain stuff or don't know why this or that. You know what I mean? Like maybe they was closing out on his three because the scouting report said he could hit the three. Get what I mean? So, like I said, certain players, if they stay with it with the movement of the ball now, they all have decent games because you a pro now. And I think before, this is my point. Before, it wasn't moving like that. So
Mm-mm.
now dudes would just be standing in the corner, bro. And now it's not that I'm cold, but my morale is not in the game. And my defense ain't gonna be the same. My rebounding ain't gonna be the same. Get what I'm saying? So with that ball moving around the arc and Brunson passing to the cutters, everybody is playing at full potential. And I think that's the key point to it.
That's why they went
Word.
out there and made that trade. I mean, so from the small
Trade look
sample
good.
size, right? From the small sample size, a
Yeah,
little one
last thing before we
game.
get out of
How
here.
many minutes? Let me see. How many minutes? One game. Let me see how many minutes. 35 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for a first game, though. Damn, Tips. Let me just look at this real quick. So this is the start. This is the starters for tonight, right? So Randall played 36 minutes. OG played 35 minutes. Hartenstein played
Mhm.
39 minutes. Brunson played 41 minutes. And Dante played 26 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. A lot of minutes.
For who?
It's a lot of minutes. For the
For
starters,
who?
period. It's a lot of minutes. It's a lot of minutes. It's a lot of minutes. Quinn Grimes played 18 minutes. I think that's like a high for him, right?
Nah,
18
but
minutes.
this is the key though. You know why that's not a lot of minutes? I mean, it is a lot, but you know why it won't probably be a problem? Because of what I said about the ball movement. If you look at the stats, all those points is spread out. Even though
Yeah,
Randall
they
had
spread out. You
39,
got five. You
look at
got five in
all
double
those
figures.
look at all those points and the
Mm-hmm.
sevens, the 9, the 8, the 10, the 15, the 6. All that is what I'm saying when I said earlier, when somebody else ain't really going crazy, his points would get spread out. And Brunson was that player tonight that wasn't really going crazy, but he had
Mm-hmm.
stepped up on the assist, and everybody else got the points that he would have got.
Got the benefit
Remember,
of that's what you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's only one basketball. See what I'm saying? And what helps this helps the team now because these guys can do this on a consistent basis. It's going to be a night where Randall may not have 39 and Brunson can have 35. See what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And Randall may have 19 and 10 or 20, and they could keep going back and forth or whatever the case may be. Or Randall could have had 20 that game and we still could win because it will be other baskets for other players if he continue to buy into moving that rock the way he is. Because now him having 39, they're gonna start overloading again on Randall like they was before
And that's where OG coming at. See, now he spreads the
from
floor,
the
and
scouting
now,
report.
yeah, but now he spreads the. That's what he does. He brings that consistency that RJ lacked, and that's just, we just, I'm just telling you the truth. He brings the consistency that RJ lacks. So now the defense has to play honest. You can't cheat now. So even if they overload, now you know that OG's in that corner can hit that three. You understand what I'm saying? And then you got Dante up there that can hit the three. So now you added pretty much another 3-and-D person that can hit that three that makes his team better. I mean, from a small sample size, hard. I mean, shit, I ain't mad.
Shit, he played hard. He fouled out. I tell you that.
Yeah,
Much.
he
He definitely played hard.
See, that's old
He
school shit right
fouled
there.
out.
We always say that. See, let's go from the BI
See, I
days,
play
right?
housing ball, man.
That
If you
go from the
foul out,
BI days. That
yeah,
means you
my
play
pops would
hard.
tell you that.
If you ain't got no fucking fouls,
shout out to
and you go the
Bi.
whole
Bi
game and
said
you
he
got
be.
one
He said,
foul,
yeah,
two
my pops said
fouls.
he be watching for the. We was in Connecticut. We went to my nephew game. My pops was there. We was at dinner. He was like, "Y'all be watching for the love of the game." You know what I mean? He was stunting. I'm like,
Shout
"You
out
don't be
BI.
watching." I said, "We don't even be on lately." So I be watching the old shows. It's like, all right. But he used to be our coach, right? Tell him if you foul out, he'll buy you dinner and everything. You work hard today.
Yeah, I never understood
My
a player
pops
playing the
would tell you.
whole game and not have no fouls or having one foul, two fouls. I never understood. That means you're not playing defensive kind of way. That means you're not moving your feet. That means you're letting somebody get around you. You're not in a space. That's what that means. You're not in a space. And that's
OG
how we
had
was taught coming
one
up.
assist. He had one assist, 7 for
That was a
12.
nice assist. That was a
He
nice
had
assist.
6 rebounds, 3 offensive, 3 defensive. Right? He shot, what he shot? 7 for 12, man. 583 from the field. Great numbers, man. BD had 15, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 11. Randall was 14 for 24 with 39, 9 boards. Let me go to the turnovers. Randall, we know his normal 6. Adenobi 1, Hartenstein 1, Brunson 2, iHart 1, McBride 1. How many minutes McBride played? 7 minutes. All right.
Yeah, he didn't play the second half.
Patrick, not Patrick. Precious Achua, 8 minutes, no points, 3 rebounds. I think he's going to be good in there because he's a guy that moves well. He got good hands. Yeah, he's gonna dunk. He's gonna dunk the ball in there when you give it to him. I give him that. Grimes, shout out to Grimes. He had a good game with 10 points. He was aggressive tonight. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Grimes was 3 for 4, which is good. Shot 750 from the field. Good numbers from Grimes. And iHeart, man, like Al said, let's give iHeart his credit. Played great tonight with 35, 17.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He fouled out 2. No, I'm bugging. I'm reading the wrong person. He didn't
reading the
foul
wrong
out.
one.
iHeart had 7. Excuse me, y'all. iHeart had 7. That was OG.
Mm-hmm.
iHeart had 7, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks, only 3 fouls, 1 turnover, 4 offensive boards, 5 defensive. Gives him 9. He was 2
How
for
many
3
steals he had? How many steals he had?
iHeart had 3 steals. Big game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everybody. So shout out to them. Shout out to Tibbs and the crew. And I think we covered everything, man. Great show. It wasn't going to be a good show without at least one argument.
Listen, I look at like the trade. It's only one game, fellas, but that's the reason why they made the trade. That's the reason why they made the trade.
I can't see it fully yet. Why they made the retrade? I do see. We need this kid for the intangibles. That's
to go along with what we got. To go along with what we got
that's
already.
The part that I agree with. That RJ and them was decent players that we could continue to grow with, groom, but they don't. RJ rather prove he could score than just win, and I could see OG not worrying about that, and that's what this team need. And I've been saying that about this team. This team needs players like that when you got Randall and Brunson. because
Yeah.
a guy who think he's supposed to get the ball and start jab stepping and getting in his bag like they do, it's not enough basketball. Because you see how we broke down the scores today, and Brunson wasn't on, but you see what he was doing with the ball. He was just kicking it. That means he was double, and they was stacking the middle on him, and he missed a couple of his threes that he normally would make. So he would have had more points, but he moved the ball. So I credit to Brunson for that, because that's
Look,
making the reads and making your team better. And L used to say, I love Brunson, but I want him to pass more, because
yes.
once you become so dominant, you have to know it don't matter if you get 30 tonight. If you can score 50 or 40 any given night. And I think if he figured that part out about the game, he'll be so much better, because sometimes the scouting report is based all around him. And the same thing for Randall. And Randall got better with it, because now he turned it going to the paint, getting them, when they foul him on the arm and he getting up under them, he got that move down pat. You know what I'm saying? And when they come, he's seeing where the open guy is. We just got to keep doing what we doing, bro. We see, that's the thing. Like I said earlier, they don't stick to it for 4 quarters.
Think about what you just said. Like, if you could take Halliburton, for example, you don't have to score. See, he finds other ways, because he knows that the defense
He's
is
a
going to
great
collapse
player
on him.
because of that.
Yeah,
Like,
he
think
knows
he
that
has
the
triple
defense.
doubles.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
Well, he don't have. Well, Halliburton he don't grab rebounds, but he got them assists though.
L, he grabs rebounds, bro.
I'm just saying, look,
pushes the
he
ball off
knows he pushes the ball.
I'm
So he
glad you said
knows.
that. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead, finish what you was gonna say.
He knows what I'm saying. He knows that. So that's why we want Brunson to do. It was that sequence, and because truth be told, Brunson allowed that team to get back in the game today. It was that sequence where he came down and he forced a shot up, looking for his shot. It was 3 times, and the one time he did pass out of that time was to find OG in the corner for a 3, and that was to stop the momentum. But he could have did that. He didn't have to go down every time. He didn't have to go down for them 3 trips in a row and shoot the ball himself. He had the ball, he held the ball, and it was his shot. He didn't have to do that at that time.
See, Brunson, I think Brunson do that because he's in a tempo, it's in pace, and he know if the defense getting back, the defense is stacked and designed to stop him from doing what he like to do because of the scouting report. That's why you seen him with what he had on points, and you see we look at the points. Everybody else got the points. You watch the game, they getting hockey assists, extra pass, or Brunson giving it to them, and they scoring. Dudes is cutting back door, he passing it, and they scoring. That's just really reading the game. That's what made you say what you said, because I was saying a player that could just not focus on forcing his shot, right? He gonna just do what he got to do. But what you just said was, he don't got to do that as far as going down there shooting like that. But look, those are good shots for him, and he makes a lot of those. L, you know why? Because the defense isn't fully back yet, and he's getting a one-on-one shot. You see what I'm saying? That's why I think he take a lot of those. But the good part about Brunson is, right, that he don't keep, like, if we don't get, better way to say it is, if we don't get that type of shot you were just talking about, and they back, and he trying to go, and he draw, he pass it to the right guy and creates a shot.
Yeah, he does.
Because remember,
That's
you used to say we need more of it. Now look, L, not to cut you, look, the reason why, L, look, is people that's what? Making the right decision. It's not even about is they making the shot, because RJ made the shot sometime, but it's not about that. It's about the right decision, because you see how I broke down OG driving and then kicking it all the way back around and then swinging the ball. Now he feel like he's playing with guys that's going to make the right decision. So now he's giving it up. He wasn't giving it up like that before, bro. Keep it real.
Giving it up. I just see, Paris, you missing what I'm saying. That sequence. See, this is how you allow teams back in the game. So this is what Hard is talking about how you supposed to put a team away and how he gets mad.
Shout
at
out
the
Don
Knicks
Puller.
You know what I mean? So he's getting mad at the Knicks for that same sequence of Brunson coming down, knowing that you're struggling from the field. See, think about the game. We talk about this game, fellas. Think about the game. The game is broken down. So let's break the game down. Let's not talk about his previous performances in this, that, and third playoffs in Miami and Donovan. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this game. So this is what we see from this game. So when you allow a team to come back and you point to that sequence that he had the ball and them 3 trips down, he kept shooting the ball. And the one time he did pass the ball, OG Anunoby hit the 3, and that stopped the momentum. But all the other times you allowed that team to get in the game. And I know you make those shots. I know you make, make those shots. Yes. This was in the
But you
fourth
see
quarter.
but look,
I know
you're
you
not
make
wrong
those
at all.
shots, right?
You
I know
right,
you
but you
make
about
those
to say
shots.
you know you make them, and that's why he shoots
I
it.
know you make those shots, but you knew that you were struggling tonight. Tonight was your struggle night, and you did other things as a superstar supposed to do to help your team win the game. So tonight may not. That's when you got to recognize tonight is not your night, and let me do other things. That
Yeah.
three times down. Okay, one time, yeah. Two times, yeah. But come on, now you went down there 3 times in a row. You clanked 3 times in a
But
row. I thought, right?
I think
That's
I beg
you
that
allowed that team to build momentum. So then when you want to know
listen.
why then you wait, hold on. Then you want to know why you mad at that team? You want to know why you mad at that team for allowing the team to come back? That's your reason. That's how the team came back.
No.
Doing bonehead shit that you don't
That's
like.
not. No, I agree with you. That's why I was trying to say. I didn't want to cut you off because I wanted to let you
Sporty
finish.
Shorty,
I can't
I
say.
shot a Sporty
I
Shorty out
can't
today.
say let me finish and don't let you finish because then it means the same thing. Maybe your point at the end is going to make everything make sense. So I had to hear you out. What I'm saying is though, to add on or to clarify what I'm saying, I understand why Brunson did that. When it get that close, I ain't even pointing at that point really because we should have still been passing the ball because that's my example on how we got there, and now we reverting from how we got the lead. Right now, Brunson taking the shots at the end. He's gonna do that.
Mhm.
Now, what? Let's give him credit for what you said was he passed it to OG because he's making a read. He's a player that's very efficient and can have a bad first half and go crazy in the second half. So we know that he know himself. He's gonna shoot those shots. It's basketball. That's why I said, say Grimes would have missed a couple of his shots, then he won't look at the rim. But it's a totally different thing with Brunson. You see what I'm saying?
No, we know
It's like
that.
night and
But
day.
we
because
talking about
he can have
how
a complete
team, how you let a team back into the game.
No, hold on, let me finish because I said the
Mhm.
last piece may make you understand what Hart's saying. I'm not saying that part made me feel that way, Al. I'm saying at that point now, he's just trying to win. And and this is how he wins for us. And it's just a couple of misses. Now, the key point is he gave it to OG to hit the 3. So that means that they was closing in on him. So you know what that means? I'm breaking down the game within the game, like you say. He was going to shoot again, but guess what? They didn't leave him
He
open.
sure was.
No, listen, they didn't leave him open because guess what? Somebody else was open. He was drawing more defense, just like I told you backstage. These guys not making all these shots if Brunson is not so deadly. They not, because he's drawing these other guys. So with that being said, him coming down, going to shoot again, you think they think he gonna miss again just because he did? No. And he got that pit bull. He going to get the win for us, and I want him to shoot. The thing is, he just didn't make it. I ain't mad at him, right? The great part about it is he passed it to OG, and OG hit it. So that means that I'm saying what you was asking for, he's getting more there because my whole process it don't just be in us overnight. He has to go through the process too to even believe in his teammates because now he know Didi gonna do the right thing. He passing to him. He went to school with him. Josh Hart. So I'm just saying it's more confidence in another player.
Yeah,
I
that's
think he
fine.
got
But
confidence in
when you wanna
OG
know why,
already. Go ahead, my
but
bad.
when you want to know why teams come back in the game, you have sequence like that. See what I'm saying? So that's the same sequence that you don't
No,
like.
it's past that point though, L.
You
It's
know what I
past
mean?
that point though, L. Think about it. We was up 20-something in the third. I'm trying to tell you at that point, it's Batman time. And just because he didn't make it, we can't dwell on that part.
No, I'm not.
Real.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
No, I'm
hear
not
me
doing
out.
that.
I'm
I'm not doing
answering
that.
you.
No.
I'm not saying you dwelling. I'm answering you in real time.
How
Rewind a
dare
little
me?
bit more. Look, rewind it a little bit more and think when we reverted from sharing the rock. That's more of the problem. Because look, if we lose by 15, if we win by 15, we ain't having the same. If we win by 12, we ain't having the same conversation because that's garbage points that they got to close in on us. But when we revert from moving the ball earlier than when you speaking of, at that point of the game, Brunson has to do that, and we got to get the win because they already came back. Whatever's happening is happening, and more shit would happen wrong if I'm not staying aggressive. And that's the point I was just trying to make on. At that point, we can't really, it's not really nitpicking. It's like at that point, it's already too close
No, we
to
just
kind
breaking
of
down the game.
No, I'm talking about at that point, it's already too close now. So it's like that other stuff's out the window. We just got to get a win. But go back to where we fell apart from really losing the lead, from letting them cut it really in. We know they're going to make a run, but did we go from really sharing that rock and doing all the stuff that put us there? What's good, Bugs? How you?
Paris, I think you take what I say out of context sometimes when we talking about a game.
Like
not
you do me.
The full, not the full body. I'm just saying, not a full body of work. So we're talking about how we started the show. So pay attention to the show. I know you came in late, Paris. So we started the show. We hard had a conversation. So he's mad at the Knicks for allowing them to come back in the game. So all I'm doing is pointing out sequence in the game that on reasons why that team came back in the game.
But we're not talking about just this game, though. Tell them that too. We talking about in general, so they don't get it twisted that we just talking about tonight.
We just breaking it down, Paris. So if you listening, then you understand. So when you have sequence like that, we're not saying nobody's dissing Brunson or anything, but when you have sequence like that, and you come down 3 times in a row, and you're the only one that touches the ball, and you shoot. You have to look at that, and they go down every time, and they score a bucket. That's how you allow teams back in the game. So when Hard is talking about ball movement, and this is what these teams do, this is why you have to move the ball. Yes, he has 14. He has 4. We understand that. We understand all that. Pat, I'm done.
What up, Bugs?
What's up, Bugs? What's
going on, my brothers, man? Again, happy 24 again, man.
We are content creators. We break the game down. This is our job. I'm done. What's up, Bugs?
What's happening, man?
Sometimes you be tongue twisted, bro. Sometimes you be bugging. Sometimes I said it earlier, bro.
I'm
with you, Parrish. I agree with you, Parrish.
I'm explaining it very clearly.
Parrish.
I'm explaining it very clearly. I'm explaining it very. It is no tongue twisted. I'm explaining it very clearly on reasons why teams come back in the game, whether it's the Knicks, any other team.
Well, basketball is a game's a run.
That's what I'm explaining, Books.
It's also a such thing as a defensive run. And it's not many teams in the league, but Minnesota is one of them teams that can go on both of them runs at the same time. They can score and clamp you. And then at the same time, the third thing is, I don't think Tom would never have that lineup. You got 2 brand new guys making a debut in the game with Grimes and Hart, with Brunson. That was ugly. That was easy to clamp that. You got 2 guys still don't know what's really halfway going on. And you got 1 guy, that's trying to figure his game out again because he's on the bench. And then you got Josh Hart, he's subject to do anything at any given time, like an offensive foul on a pick. Come on, what are you doing, man? But I don't think Tom I had that lineup in there again where them guys can just take off like that and do that, man. But basketball is a game of running, and you playing against the best team that's in the West. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm happy that the team still pulled out the W. We closed the game out. That's more importantly than anything. Especially with a debut like OG had today. Great debut for the guy. I love everything that he's going to bring to the table. And you saw a lot of glimpses, and he really ain't even got a clue of what's going on. That's just off basketball knowledge that he has of the game. Like you said, he had the book one day, to learn the set and everything. But more importantly, I love what he spoke about, in his interview. I am a defensive leader. On defense, he's playing point defense. So, I appreciate
1 through 4 he could guard. Yeah.
Five.
1 through 4.
He was out there guard. No, 1 through 5.
1 through 5, right? Ooh.
Yeah,
he
covered.
But really 1 through 4.
Rudy at one time. No, he was guarding.
Really
Rudy
1 through. I'm saying he could really guard 1 through 4.
Yeah, he can. That's his
realistically,
thing. Yeah. Checking 1 through 4. That's his thing.
And that's big, Al.
But him to say that he's a defensive leader, a defensive playmaker. Those are the words he's saying in the interview. Not a lot of people say that they're defensive playmakers. You know what I mean? So you saw that today. You seen that when Edwards came back in the game and he was clamping him. You could tell when you clamping a guy when a guy start going to the basket and he yelled, He mad he ain't getting no calls. No, I got that hot on you. That's what it is. So yeah, we got a guy that can do a lot of things and bring a lot of things to the table. It showed up a lot that quickly was necessary, needed. You know what I'm saying? As far as that bench and everything, but still I can't. Like I heard you talking about Grind McBride earlier. You know what I'm saying? $4.3 million is well deserving of that guy. $4.3 million. That's all he's getting. You know what I'm saying? That's 13 million divided by 3 years. He deserves that. He comes to the
Right.
game. He's healthy. He's
Get
always
him.
ready to get put in the game, and he works
Yeah.
hard in defense. And he's still in the learning stage. He don't know what it's like to be in that position to take IQ's spot. So he got to figure out what is his role, what he got to do, being the backup. You know what I'm saying? As of just for right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
If
said
he
I'm
coming
going
in-
back up off of
Right.
Bugs. I'm going back up off him. I said I'm going back up
Right.
off
Yeah,
him.
but I'm just
I'm
saying.
going
But
to give him a little breathing room.
yeah,
Ain't
but
gonna
if
loosen that, I'm not going to loosen that collar too much.
yeah, but he can't come in the game thinking he's IQ. He has to come in the game knowing that he's himself. He's not going to be IQ. And if he
Of
does
course.
that, remember who he is as far as his game, then his game will be able to flourish. Then he got to get used to playing with the better guys. He's normally in the game with the bum guys, Rob, Fournier, them guys. Now, but now you coming in the game with, what I'm saying, half starters and top 9 rotation guys. So he's in that 9 rotation as of right now because we don't know what they're going to do with the other guy. He didn't even suit up. He might not even be here. He might get waived or anything. But you know what I'm saying? But I just do believe that, a $13 million extension, that is nothing in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's worthy of that.
That's jersey money. That's uniform money.
I mean, listen, I said I'm going back up off of Bugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At
I
least
just
for right now, I'm going to see the body of work. You know what I mean? Let me give my opinion and let it play out. You understand what I'm saying? Because even for everybody, for myself and everybody who's for him, the body of work is not there. So let's just call a spade a spade. Even from what I'm saying and what you're saying, the body of work is still not there. So I'm gonna pump my brakes and I'm gonna let him ride. But for the same thing for y'all, the body of work is not there for all that. So I'm gonna pump my brake and I'm gonna let it play out the way that it's gonna play out. That's what I'm gonna say.
Stay tuned.
You know what I mean? But I'm not. That's it. Stay tuned. And if he plays good, I'm gonna give him his props. I know I don't have no. Listen, I call a spade a spade. I give a nigga props all day. You know that, Bugs. You know how I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't afraid to admit when I'm wrong, and when I'm right, I know I'm right, and I stand on what I say. But when I'm wrong, and I ain't afraid to admit it. I'm not afraid to admit it because I sleep good at night knowing that I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I don't think he heard us talking about it, so he just was saying. I don't think it was all about you. I don't think it was like. I know Boogs wasn't. He just was saying because that was part of our conversation in general. So.
No, you got to be open to listen to what people say. So same thing with Brunson. When Brunson was coming over here, I didn't have no comment on Brunson because I didn't do my homework on Brunson, and I left it up to everybody else to say, "Yo, he good, he good." I said, "All right, I'm gonna go with what y'all saying." You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's crazy, L. Because look, it's just like when y'all keep bringing up Detroit, and you brought up Puller just now again with the Brunson thing. Same thing in circles, right? But it's not twisting what nobody say. Because this is the thing. If you say it, you just say it. It don't gotta be like, for instance, when I mentioned that Detroit, I said the players is getting experience. I never said they was going to win anything, but people turn it into that, like, because they losing. So that's just an example to show you how people do that for no reason, and you ain't even have to say what people ride on. You know what I mean? That's why earlier we was going back and forth. I said, but I ain't say that because we big on when you ain't say something. You don't want people to say it, especially when you're going back and forth. But that's why I just said it ain't on you when you just because you say you don't agree with the money and he say he think it's fair and I said I think it's fair and you don't one of the people that's in here that said you don't agree. If it could be another person in here that agree, then it wouldn't have mattered. It's still the same thing. It really don't matter.
No,
just like when me and you go back and forth, it may sound crazy, but I get off here and we don't say nothing else about it. It don't mean anything to us.
No,
people
that's
don't
my
know
opinion.
that.
That is my opinion. But I also gotta you also gotta have an open ear when when other people are saying things. So, you know, guys, Boogie pointing out a point, Paris pointing out a point, you pointing out a point. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, I see what you're
believe what I
saying.
believe.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah, I
got
believe
you.
what I believe. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
pump my brakes right now. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that in defense of that, to what y'all saying, the body of work on both sides is not there from my standpoint and y'all standpoint. So we all have to pump our brakes and we all have to yet
No. Only you gotta pump your brakes.
Well, I
Because
pump
like
my
he
brakes.
said, the amount of money that's involved, it's not even
Yeah,
what you talk about, don't make
Well, I
sense.
mean, it's
So
a
all that,
guaranteed
no.
money.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Whoa, you went wrong when you said we all gotta pump our brakes, because we was letting you get away when you say you gotta pump your brakes, because you was the one that been wrong. Once
okay,
three,
so you
hold on. Once 3 people said, like you just admitted, but all 3 of us said that's cool, and you the only one. So you said, cool, I'm gonna pump my brakes. Why we gotta pump ours?
I mean, because y'all just talking about the money aspect. Y'all not really talking about the
Yeah,
skill
that
set.
ain't
I'm
nothing.
talking about
That ain't no
when he get in
money.
the game, he not doing nothing. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but he
So
ain't
y'all
getting
talking
paid
about
no
the
money.
money. That's what I'm saying. So
I got a perfect way to put it to you. We can
Okay,
put it
go
to
ahead.
bed. The amount
ahead.
of money that he getting, bro, is worth what he doing in your book. Because you underestimating the money. I mean, you overvaluing the money. So I'm saying it like that. What he's doing, he already he deserved what they gave him just now.
Well, if you go back, I said roster spot.
Oh,
I
roster
said
spot.
roster spot.
But they'll still move him, right? If they could, and
That's
something
what
else.
Paris said. So that's why I said I'm gonna pump my brake. That's what
Mhm.
Paris said. That's why I said I'm gonna
I mean,
pump
we
my
all
brake. I'm
got
talking
something
about a
else to
roster
say,
spot. You know what I mean?
Look,
So that's
this
what
year,
Paris said.
if
Paris said
I start yelling, I'm
he
gonna
be
be
a
laughing while I'm yelling. My
he could be a
camera was
movable
off.
piece.
I'm laughing at this shit. So
He could be a movable piece. So I said, all right, okay, he could be a movable piece. So yeah. So that kind of that $4 million could be added. And then when we start talking about the $4 million, that's why I say I'm gonna pump my brakes. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna fall back and let it go.
You need brakes already, bro. Forget pumping them. You
I
been
don't need no
needed brakes.
Nah,
Let
absolutely
Boogie,
not.
let Boogie finish. Yo, Boog, he
Oh,
been needed to be brakes. He need a
no,
brake job.
I'm good on that. I just, you just like some like I like to look at a player as far as who he is and what he's trying to become in his second year of doing whatever he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like with Obi over there in Indiana, I can't judge Obi for what he's doing this year like I can judge him next year because he started. So now he know what it's like to be a starter. So what is it that I can work on during the off season because I know my potential and I'm getting all this run. So now I can really look at Obi coming into next year. Now, if Deuce getting this position right now to be a backup, he's not used to this. So he could get his feet wet. When in the summertime, it's 104 degrees outside. You at the pool. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. Why jump in there? Why not jump in there? But everybody want to walk to the pool and touch the water first. Like they gotta feel it. It's 104 degrees. And jump in there. What you touching it for? So, but he gotta get his feet wet to know and understand who he is and what his role is and how he can better his role, especially, coming in the following year if he becomes a backup. But I don't think he's going to be a backup. I think he'd just be a third additional ball handler. Like I said, they're not nowhere near finished, man. They know what OG bringing to this table, and they know what else they can go get. He's trying to make amends with this guy Paul, and they make amends with this guy here. Something else is getting ready to come real early. And it's not even on Leon. Leon ain't even called for the meeting. That's Paul doing it. He did that on that podcast, saying he need to sit down with Leon. So it's only right for Leon to go sit down with him. He can't call Leon out to say, yo, Leon, with me and Leon, we need to sit down and, settle our differences. And Leon don't show up. That's whack. Leon got to go. I got to go sit down because you calling for me to make amends with me, and I ain't really got an issue. So let me go and see what I got going on. So that's why so many things is lined up with this guy. Murray over there in Atlanta, he's part of that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, 24 get ready to be a good year for the squad, man. Whether it's this season, but definitely coming in the next season. Definitely. Because they got options they can do. They got money clearing up and everything going on, man. So
That's
it's
what I think.
it's a beautiful day, man. Beautiful time being a Knick, man.
I'm
What's good, Cole? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Andrew. Cole.
Nick Nation, everybody. Happy
Nick
New Year,
Nation.
everybody.
Happy New Year. Candy
Yeah,
Yo, that's
Payne.
what I'm waiting for, L. You heard me, bro? I'm
What?
waiting for that, L.
Look at IQ
Like,
running the point hard. Look at IQ running the point.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to
he
dip, man.
started?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
getting
he started. He
I'm gonna
started.
go
I'm about
dip
to
and
go
go
watch
check
that.
them
I'm about to
guys
go
out,
watch
man.
that.
He
Yeah, I want to
started.
go watch that shit too.
He started.
All right, let me shout
And
out the
as
chat
Knicks
one
fans, you
time
have to
before
be
we get
happy
out.
for them guys. We have to be happy for them guys.
Yo,
If
happy
you're not,
New
you'll
Year,
hate them.
y'all. Dope show, bro.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, y'all. About to get up out of here. Paris, thanks for coming through, talking with us, man. He said, all I'm saying is, oh no, that was a while ago. Basically, let me explain. I'm gonna say this before I go. So it could be clear. It got confused, bro. Just like me and L get confused sometimes with you and Paris. You wasn't wrong, and he wasn't wrong, L. You know why, L? Let me tell you. I agree with Parrish said about Brunson at the end part. And when I broke
No,
it
I
down
agree
to
too.
you, no, I know you did that. Let me just
Mhm.
because sometimes they don't know that part. That's why I'm saying it for you, because you agreed with it. But when y'all start going back and forth, that main piece get left out. And if that get left out, then the whole argument it don't make sense because you know he's supposed to do that. That's why I broke down to you once it get that close. Now, shit, you know Tibbs giving the ball to Brunson, and he got to make those reads if he on his way to being an all-star and all that. But you was just saying what we was talking about in reference to them losing the leads and reverting back to doing one-on-one or not sharing the ball and stuff like that. But I told you, when it get close again now, that shit is scratched out now. Now it's just we got to get it out the mud. That's the part that is like we lucky Brunson is on that level. So when you see fans saying I'm cool with him shooting the ball, because that's why I told you the defense still came to him for him to get OG open to hit the three to give us a little more cushion. And then Randall went off.
We
So
understand all that, but we was talking
no,
about on why teams come back
I
in
know
the
me and you
game.
do,
So we
but I'm
can't
talking
ignore the
about
fact of how
the
the
people.
league went from 22 points to what it was. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about we want him to shoot. We know all that stuff already. That's what I'm saying. That's why I left the conversation because we know all that already. We know that he's a
No, but
closer. We know
obviously
all
if
that. We want him
people
shooting the ball. Well, all we doing is breaking down the game, and you can't ignore the fact of what we saw of how all we saying is how Minnesota got back into the game. So you point to that sequence of him going down 3 times. This is facts. Go watch the game. 3 times in a row, shoot the ball, clank. They go down, they score. He allows them to get back. Now, granted, he goes back down after realizing that and gives it to OG. OG hits the 3. And that goes from 4-point lead to a 7-point lead, and they pretty much just hang on from the rest of the way on that point. We all know what Brunson do. I want him taking the shot. I want all that. All we're doing is
how
breaking
ironic is that
down.
though?
Listen, all we're
Last
doing
point
is
I'm gonna make.
breaking down the game.
Hey, I'm
Last
going
point
to
I'm
go
gonna
real
watch the game,
time.
brother. I'm
All
going
right,
to go watch
book.
the game.
Me and
I'm
El
hollering
was
back.
talking backstage about this before we came on. So this goes with what he's talking about. And then I'm done. I'm out. Brunson being aggressive creates a lot of shots for everyone. And he knows that. We already talked about that. So him being aggressive at the end created those shots, and we're gonna live and die with Brunson shooting in that position. He know that.
Yeah.
So it's no argument about that piece of it. It's just that how do we get there? And even I said to you, Parrish, we agree, and I agree with that last part about him shooting at the end. But how do we get to that point is the problem. How do we revert from sharing the ball all that time to now they back in the game? From not the 10-point, because 10 points ain't nothing in the NBA. Let's be fair. But the 18, 19, 20, that part. Get what I mean? So how do we get from 6 from that? And that's where you got to break that down. Once it get to that close, I don't think we should
That's what I'm
look
trying
at
to
that.
explain to cats. You got to break it down and figure out. We doing is breaking it down. We started the show with that. So all I'm doing is breaking down and giving you the key points of the game on
Thank
how
you,
we
Andy.
got to that point. That's it.
We had to get our argument out first.
It's not who. Oh, I want the
Yo,
ball
Al.
in his hand every time. You want to know how you get to that point. You want to know how you become a championship team. You have to know that in that moment. Yeah, he figured it out after the third shot to pass the ball.
Give us 3 years, man. That's all I'm saying.
You may not have 3 shots. You may not be able to go down 3 times in a row and miss 3 shots against in the playoffs. So this is things that you have. This is how you build this is how you build good habits. You may not have those 3 shots to give away. So you may only have we may only have a 6-point lead, and he go down there, he take them 3 shots, and now the game is tied as opposed to us being up by 4. So all I do is just break down the game in real time and hope that y'all understand of how the game is being played and how the game it looks in front of y'all in real time. That's it. So Hard, he's upset. So all we doing is breaking down at the moment. He said they shouldn't, but then you goes to the point of how Minnesota got back in the game, and that's all we doing. That's all we doing. We're not dissing Brunson. We're not doing anything. We're not dissing anybody. All we doing is talking about this game and how that team was able to come back. How we didn't finish with at least a 15-point win, as opposed to a 6-point win. So that's what we doing, Paris.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
And if you can't point that out, then I don't know what people look at when they watch the game. How can you break the game down if you don't see key points and moments of the game when certain plays happen and momentum shifts? That's the reason why RJ is not in the game. I mean, he's not on this team right now. Because if you watch that OKC game, then you know why he's not on this team. That's it. You got to be able to identify stuff when you watch it in real time. If you can't, that means you don't know the game. That means you don't understand how the game's supposed to be played. That's it. You don't have to be an NBA player. You ain't got to go to college. You just got to know to understand the game, how the game is supposed to be played. And then you'll understand why RJ is not on this team anymore. So all we doing is breaking down how that team made they run and got back in the game and cut the lead to 4 points. And it was at that time. So it was a 10-point lead and it was Brunson. That's it. We're not blaming anybody. We just pointing out how Minnesota was able to get back in the game. And I'm giving Minnesota the props, not so much of disrespecting Brunson. That's why I said to Hard, I look at it like let's give them some props too, because they made Randall turn the ball over. You know what I mean? I think they made OG turn the ball over, his one turnover. You know what I mean? So this is how you get back in the game. That's why they're the number one team in the West.
That was a good game, as long as we win.
That's it.
At the end of the day. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I try to put this link up here. It won't let me, but whatever. Y'all want to go to my store, check out the Hard Will store. If y'all want to go to the store, I try to paste the link, but the link is in my Instagram. If y'all want to go check out the merch, cop a Brunson hoodie. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get the link real quick while we here.
Put the link
in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Then we out of here.
It's good, Wiz. I'm happy for them guys, though. I ain't gonna front.
Oh, them guys gonna do their thing over there.
Yeah, IQ just hit another 3. Bang. Or maybe I'm delayed. Andrew. I don't know.
Maybe I'm delayed.
Yeah, maybe I'm delayed because he said he hit a 3, then he just hit a 3. I don't know if that's another 3 or that's his first 3.
Let me drop that link in here.
I mean, listen, I agree. I said the same thing to Hard. I said the same thing backstage to him. Like, Minnesota's a good team. We didn't lose the game. Teams make runs and this, that, and the third. But all we doing is breaking again, Paris.
Yeah, that's the link.
Breaking down the game.
Check out that link if you want to cop. I got a couple Brunson hoodies left in there. Couple pieces in there. Some new drops
Paris,
coming
if you can
out.
tell me where I'm wrong at from that sequence, then I can say okay. But you can't tell me that I'm wrong. So that's the whole thing. You keep adding other stuff and like, oh, I want to take it a big shot in a big moment. That's not what we're talking about.
Yo, come on, yo. We out of here.
I'm just saying that's not what we're talking about. Just tell me where I'm wrong.
Yo, Wiz, what up, Wiz? Happy New Year.
Andrew,
happy New Year. Knicks Nation, Queens get the money. Happy New Year. Yo, happy New Year, everybody, man.
Just tell me
L was on one today. See, it wasn't me. He wanted to start with me. Now he want to go at Paris. He going at everybody.
Saying,
Leave L alone.
Yo, listen, when you write, you write. And anybody that's
bro,
right,
you right. Say you right. You right. That's it. We out of here.
That's what I'm saying. When a man right, he right. That's it. Bottom line.
Yo, bro. All right. Yo.
Definitely real, boy. Yeah. Trying to get this loot anyway. Hey, yo, Queens get the money. Long time no cash.
I have given it much thought. It seems disaster
Okay, I
must
keep
come.
7 points. I see you.
At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men. we must expand, get more pupils, so that the knowledge will spread.
R.J. Barrett ahead. Here's Obi Toppin. Look out! Reach to the Bulls foul. No. Anthony for three. Bang! Finds Barrett. Get a shot up. This is for the win.
We gotta lay cool. We tired of being cool, man. Every time we turn around, you telling us to be cool. Shit, man, we tired. The same thing, be cool. We be too cool, we gonna lose.